It was only a matter of time before 50 Cent stepped into the chaos. And when he did, he came in swinging with zero chill. No filter, no mercy, just pure, uncut trolling. Right on cue. As Cassie's jaw-dropping allegations exploded, freak-off hotel suites, baby oil, wigs, masks, and hidden cameras rolling without her knowledge. 50 pulled up with that signature savage energy.
Is very detailed information about what she says Sean Combs was having her participate in. And these are those freak-offs and how he would be providing her with drugs, suggesting that she take the drugs. And then she said she wanted to take the drugs for every single freak-off in order to disassociate with what was taking place. She said on the stand that she hated participating in these freak-offs. So this morning, what we've been seeing so far is this playing of the freak-off. So we cannot see this, but the jurors have a privacy screen on their monitor, so they're able to see some videos as well as some still images that the government has focused on in regard to these freak-offs. For the testimony, because we do not have cameras inside a federal courtroom, we're bringing it to you and giving you some quotes from what's said inside while Cassie has been on the stand. So she has been talking about how she was detailing how Combs would recover after the freak-offs. They used IV fluids, massages, and chef-prepared meals. She also said that she depended on opiates to make her feel numb and added she had an ongoing off and on addiction to some of the drugs. So some of the testimony that she has been providing so far, she was also detailing her declining health as a result of the frequent freak-offs. She had stomach issues as well as constant UTIs. Sometimes she had to participate in the freak-offs while infected. So we've heard this theme while she has been on the stand. She was also talking about how at times when she would be in the middle of her freak-offs, she might have to vomit, and then Sean Combs would still force her to participate in the freak-offs even though she was very, very ill.
While the world was still catching its breath, 50 Cent was already online clowning like it was his personal stand-up special. He dubbed Diddy Fruit Pop, took savage shots at those bizarre hotel setups, and claimed the trial was better than anything Netflix could stream. Then he turned it all the way up, posting screenshots, clown emojis, and even throwing shade at Jay-Z with one cold question. You still want to hang out with your boy?
So as you know, the Diddy trial started today, and Cassie hit the stage, and 50 Cent could not control himself. Now, you know 50 Cent and Diddy have been enemies for the longest, and 50 Cent finds every reason to poke at Diddy. But today, he got so much ammo, it don't make no sense. So, 50 Cent just posted a picture of Sean Diddy Combs' jury selection. It's a bunch of hymns. And he wrote the caption, "I'm not sure if this is fair, but don't worry, be happy." He's a fool. 50, you out of control for that. Then he goes on and posts this picture. Your Honor, this theory of Cassie kicking Diddy's ass, I'm not buying it. Yo, he's AIing pictures of himself in the court. That's crazy. He also decided to hit him with this. Yo, this guy's out of control. Diddy said in your mouth, shaking my head. Hell, Diddy. You gotta. Then he gonna post this. Down on your luck? Not feeling good today? Well, look at the bright side. You could be Diddy. Chin up. So 50 Cent he has unlimited ammunition now, especially considering the fact that this trial might go on for who knows how long.
But here's the thing. Beneath all the memes and madness, this trial carries a dark, heavy truth. Cassie's testimony isn't just shocking, it's soul-crushing. She spoke of being secretly videotaped, humiliated, and used like a pawn in someone else's twisted game. And 50 Cent? He's not just mocking Diddy, he's burning down the entire facade, calling out the fake love, the fake friendships, and the eerie silence from the music elite. This isn't celebrity gossip, this is a reckoning, and Cassie is forcing the world to face some deeply disturbing truths.
Because the idea on the defense side is to say that Cassie Ventura was not coerced into these sexual encounters with male prostitutes under threat of violence or humiliation the way prosecutors describe, but was a willing, even eager participant in the swingers lifestyle that they say Sean Combs led.
Aaron, there was also some pretty surprising testimony today about Combs's drug use, allegations that he was addicted to opiates and at one point overdosed. What did we learn?
Well, this was part of the defense strategy, to concede that he's a drug user. Now, maybe the public didn't know the extent, but the defense was pretty frank that at one point he was addicted to opiates. At one point he flew to Mexico to try what Cassie Ventura called a plant medicine type remedy that's not legal in the United States, that the two together tried just about every drug, MDMA, ecstasy, ketamine, that the night of the now infamous freak-off in 2016 in the Los Angeles Intercontinental Hotel, where an assault was then captured on video, that maybe Combs was high on a bad batch of MDMA. But the idea here, Eva, I think, was to say that the violence from Combs was not to coerce Cassie Ventura into sex. It was the result of drugs, or, in another aspect, was the result of jealousy and her infidelity. Because we also heard today, Eva, about her dating Kid Cudi and about her dating the actor Michael B. Jordan, and how that led to some pretty scary arguments, as Ventura put it, with Sean Combs.
Diddy built an empire, not just on music, but on mystique and raw power. But now, it's all unraveling, in courtrooms, across headlines, and right on 50 Cent's ruthless Instagram feed. When Cassie took the stand, the room fell silent. No music, no strobe lights, just her voice, calm, controlled, and absolutely lethal. She described being drugged, trafficked, forced into disturbing role-play scenarios with complete strangers, all while Diddy watched from the shadows. The empire is crumbling, and her truth is tearing straight through the silence.
The prosecution's star witness taking the stand, but it was more than that. It was how Cassie took that stand. You could hear a pin drop when those doors opened, and a visibly pregnant Cassie Ventura walking past a man she had not seen in 6.5 years. A man she says violently abused her for a decade. A man the prosecution said trafficked her. Well, she sat across from him, placed her overcoat behind her, turning her body slightly toward the jury, rubbing her pregnant belly throughout her testimony. Diddy, well, he was more fidgety than he was the day before. He was passing notes. He pushed himself away from the defense table and largely sat like that. They never seemed to make eye contact with one another, not even after she was crying about having loved him once and planning and participating in these freak-off sex parties because she feared him and she wanted to make him happy, but feeling worthless, feeling disgusting because she didn't want to do it. Now, with each moment, the testimony became more and more graphic. Her delivery, though, it never changed. It was matter of fact, steady, calm. At times, she was even critical of herself, walking us all through how a 10-album record deal came over a 10-year period of abuse and sexual humiliation. Now, once you hear Cassie's testimony, you'll understand why the courtroom was so tense. She described the freak-offs in lurid detail. She testified about Diddy, who she called Sean, choreographing it all. And she explained a pattern of physical abuse that she could not escape. Cassie told the jury about one freak-off at a hotel where Diddy told her to get into an inflatable pool filled with warm baby oil. The prosecutor asked, "What concerns did you have about not getting into the pool with baby oil?" Cassie responded, quote, that, amongst other things, just his temper. If that is something that he wanted, Sean wanted to happen, that what was going to happen. There wasn't another way around it.
And this wasn't some one-off horror story. This was a pattern, a dark routine wrapped in lights, wigs, and hidden cameras, like a twisted music video no one ever signed up for. Meanwhile, 50 Cent was locked in, phone in hand, popcorn, ready live tweeting like it was the Super Bowl of scandals. Every few hours, he'd drop another bomb, treating it like a real-time circus, while the rest of the world watched in stunned silence.
You heard what he just said, right? He's like, yo, certain things they let it go by because it's puff. Like they would look, like he would say stuff, and it's like he wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway. Now you see so much that you go away. No, this was visible,
He
guys.
was in the hallway. We saw the video.
Yeah, you see
We
a lot
saw
of
that
shit.
video.
It comes out later. You're like, that's not the closet. That's the hallway. He didn't give a fuck. Like, you can tell that he was already.
Nah, New York is dope. Because when Fab, he was like, yo, Fab, we ain't party. Fab was like, nah, we partying tonight.
He's like, no, like, but he didn't party.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, they let that one go? Like, I had to say something about it later because I was like, oh, it was fair.
What does it feel like all these years, you being the only one calling this out?
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long
They
time.
said that you're a hater. They said
You're a
you're
hater.
crazy.
You do this. Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My is hurting. This all this shit is coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
No.
The internet might come for you, bro.
All I'm saying
They
is,
might come for
you
you.
see it now. All of these complaints. People were damn, they were raped and pillaged. This is what's going on, right? And what do I get for I went through years of a hater. You're a hater. You want this and that. I'm just watching. Like, I look at things and go, when you see the new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay, I go, oh shoot, like. Then I think about it, I go, that had to be there. So when I was saying that he was missing, he just wasn't actively being out there because they was dealing with that.
Wait, do you think there's truth to the Jay thing? There's no way.
Like that, look, you know, so, like if you say, I have this thing where I'm conflicted when it takes you 20 years to remember something that happened to you.
But 50 wasn't just cracking jokes, he was lighting matches. He started naming names. First up, Jay-Z. Why are you still standing next to this man? He asked, loud and public. Then came the rest of the industry. Called them out one by one, exposing their silence like complicity. You all knew what was going on, he posted. You just didn't care until the receipts dropped. And the rumors, they're growing louder. Whispers that Jay-Z himself may be connected to Diddy's dark world. Now those whispers are turning into sirens.